been a hell of a day. That news came out of nowhere, and I did not see it coming.
He is returning. He is coming back.
Hello everyone, welcome to this video. I'm Dr. Vision, and well, I didn't wake up today and expect to be these words coming out of my mouth, that the BBC have announced the new showrunner for Doctor Who to take over after Chris Chibnall in a couple of years' time. And, well, could have been anyone. We had all these names on the list. Could be them, could be them. But as sure as hell, didn't see his name on the list. So, as I'm sure you're aware now, the news has been out quite a few hours, but the BBC have announced that Russell T Davies, as we all know, the Godfather in a way, he brought Doctor Who back in 2005, made it a global, well, not global, but at least nationwide phenomenon. Huge viewing figures, loads of awards. You had David Tennant was the most popular Doctor of all time, almost. He's, I grew up with all them episodes. So Rusty Davies, is taking over from Chris Chibnall to do a second stint as showrunner of Doctor Who. Now, it's quite shocking, really. But I'm grinning a bit. I don't know. I've been a bit giddy all day. I was out in public when I heard the news because I was on my phone, and then it just came out of nowhere. And I had to kind of calm myself down because I had to check it wasn't a joke, because you know what things are like these days. There's lots of hoaxes going around, but no, it's bona fide, it's true. He's coming back to Doctor Who. Can't believe it. This is big, really, because obviously it wasn't everyone's cup of tea. Some people prefer Stephen Moffat, or they prefer the classic showrunners. Some even may like Chris Chibnall, but Rusty Davies, for a lot of people, including myself, he brought Doctor Who back to television. Many of us, I'd never heard of the show or anything. I was introduced to it the first episode with Rose. I just never heard of it before, never seen anything about it, and bam, changed my life. I know it's a bit silly saying now that a TV show can change your life, but it really can, and there's lots of fans that'll attest to that. It really can change your life, because it's been part of my life every day now in some capacity for the last 16 years. I've done loads of videos on it for my channel. I've done uni projects on it. I've based essays around it. I've done everything around it at one time or another, because it's just been such an influence on my life. And first 4 years really built up my obsession with the show, and by the time David Tennant left, I was just addicted. I couldn't miss it. It was on all the time. I was always repeating it, and I had all the merchandise, so I have a lot of it. It's just, you couldn't pull me away from it, and then when Russell left, it took me a while to get used to Stephen Moffat and Matt Smith and taking over, and obviously there was a lot of changes, and it took me a very long time to get used to it, because I was 12 at the time. Yes, I was 12 at the time, so it was a big change for me. It's kind of one of the first big changes I'd experienced. So yeah, it took a bit to get used to, but then I really got into Moffat's era and everything, and enjoyed it for the most part. But I still think since Rusty Davies left, it lost something. I think a lot of people feel that. Just something about it. Like, it's still fun, still exciting, but there's something just a little portion missing that he took with him, and that it never recaptured for me. Anyway, it never regained that. And obviously, then Chris Chibnall came in, and not been my cup of tea at all. Unfortunately, I'm still watching it, but I feel very detached from it now, and that's a shame. But now there's light at the end of the tunnel. Him and Jodie are leaving. Rusty Davies is coming back in. The sky's the limit now, really. Hopefully, he can get the writing back on track. It's just, hopefully, he'll bring in the audiences again. It's just going to be, hopefully, compulsive viewing once again. Honestly, I'm made up with the news. I'm very excited. I really didn't see this coming, as a lot of people didn't. I honestly don't know what they've done to get him back. I have a theory. Not a brilliant theory, but I do think perhaps maybe they're running out of time because they need to get started on the next series and the anniversary special and stuff. So maybe they needed someone. No one would do it. Maybe they thought it was too much of a challenge, or it's too short notice, so they're working other things. Maybe they've been around different people. Now they think, oh, if we can't get someone else, we'll have to put the show on hiatus. And then Russell stepped in and said, no, not having that. We're carrying on. I'll come back and do it. Unless they just really persuade him. I don't know. It might not be. That's just my theory. It might be a load of twaddle, obviously. But you never know. He's come. I'm going to use the word. He's come back to rescue it again. But yeah, it's like he stepped in again when obviously it seems like no one else could manage it, and well, it's going to be in safe hands. We know that from before. He revolutionised the show, and I'm sure he's going to do it again. So I've got the article up on the screen, so I'm just going to read what the BBC announced here on the Doctor Who website. So, Rusty Davies make an explosive return to screens to celebrate the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who in 2023 and the series beyond. BBC Studios are partnering with Bad Wolf to produce. So, not only is he coming back to do more series, he's actually gonna script. He's actually gonna script write the 60th anniversary special. So we know we're getting one now, because everyone was a bit hit, miss, and maybe that maybe the centenary special would stand in for it. Glad it won't, because I don't want Chibnall writing the equivalent of it. So, award-winning Rusty Davies will take control of the TARDIS once more as the next Doctor Who showrunner, succeeding Chris Chibnall, who departs next year. Can you imagine they go on a bit of a rotation now? So you have Stephen Moffat after him and then Chris Chibnall again, which obviously won't happen, but anything's possible now. So Rusty Davies will make an explosive return to screens to celebrate the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who in 2023 and the series beyond. BBC Studios are partnering with Bad Wolf to produce. Now that's interesting, because Bad Wolf's a company I think was set up. Julie Gardner and Jane Tranter, they were involved with the revival of the show, and she was obviously an executive producer on it as well, Julie Gardner. So literally Doctor Who's own kind of inspired production companies now partnering to produce it. So I don't think Doctor Who's had a kind of a co-production before. I think BBC Canada were involved, like in the early series, with kind of funding it or half producing it or something. And I don't know if BBC America have ever had any kind of involvement with co-producing and stuff. But this is probably the first time it's kind of been franchised out a bit to another production company. But again, that's it's Doctor Who based, so what more could you ask for? So, responsible for Doctor Who's revival in 2005, he's credited for propelling the show into global phenomenon and making it one of TV's biggest hits, undoubtedly. His tenure on the show oversaw a surge in popularity, enjoying huge acclaim and success. The Doctor won the nation's hearts through his masterful relaunch, which led him to create 2 spin-off series, Torchwood and the Sarah Jane Adventures, during that time. And who knows? We may even get more now, because he likes having a few shows going at once, so I can personally see a few more spin-offs coming through as well. Don't know what they'll be about, but yeah. So Davies left the show in 2009. Lifelong Doctor Who fan, he has most recently achieved huge success with Years and Years, which is very good if you haven't seen it. Very English Scandal, haven't seen that, but I will. And It's a Sin, again very good, which won Best New Drama at the National TV Awards this month. T Davies says, I'm beyond excited to be back on my favourite show, but we're time travelling too fast. There's a whole series of Jodie Whittaker's A Brilliant Doctor for me to enjoy with my friend and hero Chris Chibnall at the helm. I'm still a viewer for now. Yeah, that's the trouble now. It might overshadow a final series because we know he's coming back. People are going to get excited and they're going to forget about all this now. But just hoping now that he can pull out the stops, Chris Chibnall, and that he isn't going to present a very lacklustre finale to everything. But, you know, he might pull it out of the bag at long last. We'll have to see. So, the man himself says, it's monumentally exciting and fitting that Doctor Who's 60th anniversary will see one of Britain's screenwriting diamonds returned home. Russell built the baton that is about to be handed back to him. Doctor Who, the BBC and the screen industry in Wales, and let's be honest, everyone in the whole world, have so many reasons to be very excited indeed about what lies ahead. Piers Wenger, BBC Director of Drama, says, as the 13th Doctor prepares to embark on a new and extraordinary adventures, the winds of change are blowing, bringing with them news to delight Doctor Who fans across the globe. We are thrilled that Russell has returned to Doctor Who to build the huge achievements of Chris and Jodie. Thank you to the two of them and the team in Cardiff for all they continue to do for the show. Hello, Russell. It's wonderful to have you back. So, yeah. Unbelievable, really. I wouldn't have put a bet down ever of seeing that happening again. He ruled it out for years and years. He wouldn't even come back and write an episode, a story. Stephen Moffat asked him time and time again. He wouldn't do it. And now, look, he's back in charge again. So, I mean, there are a few things now on the wish list. Obviously, I could see him going for a more diverse Doctor, personally. Probably, person of colour, most likely. Probably another woman, even though personally I'd like to see now they kind of go from male to female, male, whatever like that, and then it'd be equal from now on. But probably will be another woman. I don't know. I don't know whether he'll do what Chris did and kind of hire from his previous show, so he might get. It could be now that Ollie Alexander out of It's a Sin, or some of them from Years and Years and all that he obviously has worked with, has impressed with, and he might get in. But hopefully he'll do a normal kind of audition process and audition men and women and see who fits the part well. You know, don't go riding in just for the sake of diversity anyway. So, yeah. What else? You know, good writing, that's going to be inevitable anyway, you know. Good plotting, you know. Emotional resonance in the scripts, you know. Don't just bring in emotion 5 minutes towards the end and expect us to care about these characters that you've barely given us a chance to care about, and then suddenly they're out the door and we're meant to be sad about it, like Graham and Ryan. New Year, you know, that kind of thing. So I can see him doing good stuff like that. I don't know if it'll happen now, but there's a chance, hopefully, we could get. It's a controversial one, but maybe getting Murray Gold back to do the music because he's worked with Russell on a lot of his series. So he composed for Years and Years, and I'm pretty sure he did It's a Sin as well. And he's done ones even before Doctor Who with him, so I can see him wanting him back on Doctor Who with him, which would be a great choice because we can actually have some music that's iconic and discernible and not this background noise that Segan Akinola seems to compose. I won't be too harsh because he has done a few good bits, but it doesn't appeal to me, the music, and that's kind of ruined it, kind of lessened my enjoyment of it even more, unfortunately. But yeah, brilliant news. Couldn't ask for anything else. Very excited now about the future of Doctor Who. Didn't think that could be possible again, but it is. Think, right? Rusty Davies is writing the 60th anniversary. That's what we presume. He's writing the 60th anniversary special. How exciting is that? I mean, Stephen Moffat wrote the 50th. Now Rusty Davies is writing the 60th. The two of the greatest kind of writers we've had on the show. Yes, that's controversial. Everyone has their favourites, some from the classic series and whatnot. But very strong writers we've got there, and one he's written the 50th. Now he's going to write the 60th, so it's going to be great. I don't know what to expect. It's too early, but I definitely think David Tennant will be back anyway because, well, he's Rusty Davies. He's not going to leave him out, and he's going to want to be in it now anyway. David, no question about it. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it anyway. Please comment below if you have any more thoughts about it. Please do like this video. And yeah, the future is very exciting. I'm looking forward to the new era of Doctor Who. Hopefully it'll bring more people back to the show, make it more mainstream again, and just bring it back to the show that I used to love, really, that I've detached myself from in the last few years. So yeah, brilliant news. I'll hopefully do some more videos about it in the future, depends what comes up. But till then, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe if you haven't, and comment below if you have any more kind of thoughts about it, and let me know what you think. So until the next video, thanks for watching. See you soon.